really,
similar,
yeah, nothing, I wouldn't say anything new is really occurring here.
Do we need to, if we change anything in the policy, do we need to like have more warning about that? Like,
Nope, not for policy, just for bylaws.
okay, great.
Unless there's something in the policy that says we have to present it at one meeting, and I know we do for the bylaws, we have to present at one meeting and then approve the next.
Yeah, so I was
if
gonna
there are
say,
changes.
for policies also, I think it's you guys approve it, and then I have to send it to the lawyer.
Yeah.
And then I think I have to come back, but these aren't policies,
yeah.
so.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is totally
That was what I was
internal.
wondering. Okay, right.
You mind if I just look at the policy manual?
I was just looking at it, I just couldn't, yeah, I didn't find anything that specifically. Thinking about changing policy.
In the bylaws,
What's in the
I
bylaws?
believe, yes. Okay, yep. The meeting, so yep, that's just for, to go before the attorney.
Article is that,
5 amendments.
okay.
So, must be, well, let me just read the whole paragraph. Any proposal to add or amend the library policy coming from either member of the board of trustees or from the library director must be shared in writing with the full board and the director at least 7 days prior to the meeting, at which the proposal will be considered. Proposals must be made available to the public, published with the agenda for the meeting at least 3 days prior to the meeting.
What page are you on, Josh?
Sorry, 18. So actually,
Okay,
we
where-
get the agenda. I thought that was 3 days. Okay, we're all set. You shared it with us 10 days ago.
Okay,
And you had that, you were on that email too, so you had it 10 days ago. And this was posted 3 days ago.
awesome. Great.
And these changes were published, yes, okay. So we're not amending anything now. This is how it was presented to the board.
You're saying the descriptions, yeah.
Okay. Then we are all set.
Okay. Well, as stated before, I'm happy to participate in the part about Heidi's, but I'm gonna recuse myself from this one. So, okay, let's do this separately. So, I move to accept the language program coordinator job description.
I
as
second that.
presented. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, and then,
Well, I'll make the motion. I make the motion to accept the junior services librarian position description.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then I just had a motion, George was saying that he thought it would be a good idea for the motion, for us to just transfer the the subcommittee into being a hiring committee. If everybody's okay about that. So it would be Rebecca, George, and I. So I'm making a motion to form the hiring committee made of Alan Springer and Dubsky.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Okay, good. Easy little votes.
all right, exciting. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, so that brings to the township contracts, item C, which we're just discussing Hillsdale Township. So, okay, last month, we had formed a subcommittee of myself and Josh to talk to the representatives from Hillsdale Township, right? Hillsdale Township, sorry. And so that happened yesterday, we talked with Jack Janelle. And so that, yes, we discussed how the contract came about, which none of us have any details on.
Yeah.
Josh shed some light on the calculations because he's looked at more, and so, but do you want to take it from there, Josh? Or
Yeah,
actually, you want to-
you actually got even more precise information. It was pretty much what we suspected, about $5 to $6 per card. It ended up being $5.90 for Jefferson and $6.60, let's see, did I bring that?
So-
$6.60 for Hillsdale Township per card.
And this is from the library.
So, this I made,
Oh, okay.
this, which is pretty much the same information, because the person who sent this, he like confirms it first stating, so like he gets all this information too.
Okay.
But yeah, this, I also had stuff from, Library of Michigan, and then I had sent you guys also something today too, I don't know if you had seen from the law librarian from the Library of Michigan. And she had been talking about, I guess, for lack of a better word, all of the possibilities of this situation, or this type of situation. And so, yeah. Yeah, basically, the way that it looks is, right now, like, the residents of the city via their property taxes pay between years ago, $20 per person, now it's $22.80. The townships, they pretty much pay the same per person between like 50 difference, it changes, based on pretty much the penal fines and the per capita rate that end up occurring each year. So yeah, essentially, like I said, it's $20, $21, $22 for Hillsdale city residents. Township residents for Hillsdale, it goes around the $7 mark, and then for Jefferson Township, it's around the $6 mark per person.
So,
Can I read a little section that she wrote here about?
Yeah.
So this is Claire, the librarian, legal expert
She's the law librarian for the Library of Michigan.
for the Library of Michigan. Okay, so she says, as Joe's numbers indicate, these are the numbers provided to Rebecca, your city is subsidizing costs and services to the other townships. So it is our experience that municipalities in this position do not generally approve. Your board should consider that if the city discovers this, it may affect your millage. So I just wanted to make that explicit that the city is subsidizing Hillsdale Township's sorry, participation, not that. So,
I think if she goes on to say,
it is illegal.
it is illegal, yeah.
Sorry, okay.
Is that a text or did you email it?
I emailed it. Yeah, I forwarded you guys the email.
Okay, well, do you want me to just read that, the next thing?
Yeah, you might as well.
Okay, additionally, your board as the legal representative of the library and the entity with exclusive control over expenditure funds has a fiduciary duty to make decisions, including contracting decisions, only in the best interest of the library. Giving away library services and assets for less than what it costs to provide them, and for less than what the legal service area pays is objectively not in the best interests of the library. Also, Michigan government entities may only legally sell or provide government assets for provide / what the legal service area pays is provided for less than fair market. I have some sample contracts that show a variety of options, you do not have to offer, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, she goes on to say, she is happy to provide more counsel on this matter. Yeah, so, and the numbers show, would you mind just like repeating those numbers quickly, comparing?
Yeah, I meant to make copies of these for you guys too, but, so basically, in 22-23, just the per person you're saying, or like what numbers, what do you?
Yes.
Okay.
And how they compare.
So from 22-23, the per person for city residents is $20. Hillsdale Township is $6.99, Jefferson Township $5.90. 324 in the same order, $21.80, $7.40, $6.30. And then this year that just finished was $22.80, $6.90, $5.80.
Okay, and then, Josh, would you mind sharing, so that this is per person, because every person does have the opportunity to access the library, but would you mind, I thought it was illuminating when you shared the numbers of active users.
Yes, so there is a slight difference. Hillsdale Township is 8.9 users. The residents have a card. The city is 9.3%. Jefferson Township, what did I say, 8.7? Do that number again. How many people do they have?
140, if you're basing off of this past year, 143 out of 1508.
So I
Oh,
just,
it's actually 9. Jefferson is actually the biggest user, but they're all within that 0.5% range. So the use isn't very large. The township supervisor was arguing that because the cards are free, she suspects that more people get cards than use them because they can get them for free. Or, you know, if it's a whole family that comes in, everyone, adults and children have cards, even though they really only need one to check out books, because they might as well.
Well, wouldn't that be the same in Hillsdale City?